So this may or may not go terribly, but I recently watched Josh Scott mod an old blues driver. Now, I have a current production model blues driver as well as the angry driver, which has the blue driver in it, but he said in the video that that you really can't mod anything unless it's the older through hole. And I started thinking about it. My granddad used to paint for apartment complexes, and whatever was left after a certain period of time he could just take. And when I was a teenager, not into guitar pedals at all, he came across this old blues driver. And he gave it to me, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I took it apart, and I lost the back plate, and I actually lost the spring that goes into it. But anyways, I pulled it out, and it still powers up, and it's the old through-hole Boss BD2. So I thought I would try to mod it. Now I'm going to do the simplest mod ever because I'm already in way over my head. But I like the blues driver, and I have, as I said, the angry driver and the modern production blues driver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something out. I am going to put I'm going to take out some diodes to make it cleaner and just see what happens. So I'm going to do some before sound samples, and assuming I don't break this and that it actually still makes noise after I remove some diodes, I'll do some after samples. For this, I'm going to be using the my Heritage H535 and my Telecaster Squier that I've upgraded some pickups in, but they're still just standard single coils. And I'm going to be using the Toneking Mark II Neural DSP plugin for this, just to get a very direct, clean signal. So let's see how it sounds before the mods. So first, this is just my bypass signal. First thing that I'm going to do is put all the knobs at noon, just see how it sounds stock. So now I'm just going to max out the gain, just see how it does. So the last thing that I want to do right here is see how it stacks with other pedals, especially things going into it. So this is kind of the optimized setting for me, because it can be pretty clean if you're picking light. So what I'm going to do now is run the arrows by Earthquaker devices into it, just see how it reacts to a gain pedal, a boost pedal going into the front. So here's without. All right, so here it is bypassed. All right, so here it is, the same setting as I had with the Heritage. Here it is maxed out. Here it is with minimal gain. Now I'm just going to play around and find kind of a optimal position, then we'll play with stacking. All right, now here it is with the Earthquaker arrows going into it. There's 3 of the diodes that I pulled out. The 4th one is somewhere, but can't find it. Little guy. So now, I have no idea if this thing still works, So I'm going to put it back together and try it. So I took out the diodes, and I've obviously messed something up, but if I'm really careful, I can get some sounds out of it. So here it is clean once again. All right, so I'm just going to mess around with some different sounds. So I'm not sure if I messed something up because I'm literally, it couldn't be any less skilled at soldering, or if that is just how that circuit sounds without the clipping diodes. But yeah, really fascinating. The clean sounds are very usable. The fuzz sounds are super cool if you just want a crazy sound. What I really enjoyed doing is having the blues driver on fairly clean and boosting into it. That sounded really, really good as a overly saturated lead sound. I don't know if it has any use. If it'd be easier just to get that sound from a different combination of pedals. But anyways, really cool. Didn't cost me anything. Hard to say whether that was worth the time that I put into it or not. But you know, kind of gave me a little bit of an idea what it's like to just have a completely open circuit like that. So hope you enjoyed that.